Hello, this is Master Luke Chen. Today I want to mention or show you the difference between Tai Chi and Qigong, especially the Qigong we've been doing. And Tai Chi actually is for healing nowadays, but before that was for it's a fighting art. So it's basically consists a very long sequence of different movements. For example, I give you the beginning will be you turn left and right and continuous move. Very complicated movements. Very complicated movement. And then you move your legs and hands together, and very nice to see, but learning is very relatively difficult because you have to continue what is next movement, what's next movement. And then each movement has a purpose. For example, called Qi, push and forward. You just looks like you're doing nothing, just like very soft. But imagine that yes, you have the strength going forward, and then called Qi, Peng. So you push things. So it's a fighting. So you solo practice, but if with another person, you just throw them away. Far away and then hit them internally, and each one have imagined how the power going through. So for example, if you break a person's hand left and right like this, so you imagine breaking, and then of course you can imagine you carry a barrel on the construction site. You push the cement on either way. You imagine, and so when you doing Tai Chi like this, you imagine pushing, so that you get the power out. So, but this is original, very secretive. In other words, from family to family members and so on. So it's very specific skill. But however, at the nowadays in the park in China, you can see people just doing the soft movement. It's lost the original power of the Tai Chi. So it's like soft movement because it's for healing purpose. But it's too complicated. So later on, we developed the Qigong, and one of the grandmasters in China, like Dr. Pang Ming, so you put the feet together and then do very simple movement. The movement, of course, is not for fighting. It's just for the meridians open up the back, the shoulder, elbow, and then the softness, and then imagine the blue sky, head and feet open. So love, compassion. So it's changing the way people do this movement, and then but the movement sometimes the same, because in Tai Chi you have of course everything is the same because you're doing circle, everything circle. So when people attack you, they just create circle and get rid of the force. But in the Qigong, we're doing the training is the same, except now is for infinite, touching the blue sky and bring the energy in. From energy in, going out, so imagine the Qi, the healing energy, the love, compassion going in. So the movement are very simple for Qigong, especially we're using the 6 directions. Is just release, absorb, simple movement, incorporate with the breath, release, absorb, and then the training of the tongue. But all those training, the simple thing in Tai Chi, people doing that too, but it's in the separate training. In the form, in the part where you see people practicing is the continuous form, which already simplified of the Tai Chi. So people ask me, do you recommend doing Qigong or Tai Chi? Of course, I practiced Tai Chi for many years. When I was young, I started with Tai Chi. But nowadays, I do it mainly Qigong simply because the movement is simpler and also tap into the spiritual part of the movement, spiritual, the Tao, with Tao Te Ching, spiritual oneness. But only when your mind is calm inside, then release, absorb, then you can tap into the movement, into the stillness. Once you're in the stillness, then you can tap into the mystical experience, and then the one that with the true reality, that what we can see with the five senses, your eyes, your ears, your touch, your tongue, and this is what you can see outside, but what you cannot see inside, your feeling, your tap into the cosmic, the meridian going through, and then suddenly you are touch, connect to everything else. That is the sensation. Then make you feel very small, yet you are whole. The holiness, the whole thing, that will be tap into Qigong. Only in Qigong you can tap into that. I said only because in Tai Chi, unless you are the grand masters, one in a million, you can tap into that. But most people just have to be very simple movement in order to get into the wonder sensation. But in Qigong and Qilao Qigong, that we already built in that the first time you're doing it, already we are connected with 10 million people, the concept with the Qi field. All right, so I just want to explain it briefly. So love yourself, love others, love nature is the essence of Tao. And I love you from Yang Shou.